Welcome back, this is Suvarov, and today we have the second day of the Supremacy event. And the Supremacy event, for those who are not aware, has changed. And so before, on the second day, you had the Kill event, but right now you have Kill event and Training day. It's both, but we'll be focusing on killing beeps. Although maybe there won't be any killing, we'll see if anyone moves. But yeah, basically, we'll be only talking about everything around raiding. And I want to take a moment because every time there is a kill event, I will go trading, getting some castle burned, thing like that. And I will, most of the time, I receive the same kind of mails from people like, hey, attack people about your size. Okay, stop it. Please stop it. Do not send those kind of messages. You know better. You know better. If you attack someone your size, the only thing that will happen is that you will lose lots of troops. And the idea is not to waste your troops in those events. The idea is to get points, to get some resources when possible, but not to be raking your numbers like crazy just because you wanted some points. And so yeah, you can't expect players to be okay with wasting their troops just because you don't want to be raided. I understand that you don't want to be raided, but if you watch my video about defending a castle, you will see that in this game it's really easy to live an everyday life on the game without any shields. You don't care about being shielded here. And that's a big difference with some of the games that were available before. Like in Lords Mobile, you couldn't get away if you didn't shield. But here, I don't care to be shielded or not. If someone wants to attack me, I know I have enough beds in my infirmaries to get all wounded people, even though I would be burned. But the people who would burn me would suffer huge losses. So I don't care. And when you're asking people to be taking on people their size, I will give you an example. A very concrete example that happened to someone and me. This someone was stronger than me already. He could kill me every time. He had very good stats. He was age 12 when I was age 11. He had so 48. I had 47. And yeah, and basically he had 5 marches who had a total number of troops that was way higher than my own number of troops inside my castle. And when he attacked me with those numbers, so he had 1.2 million troops when he attacked me, he lost a total of 145,000 T8 killed. Do you really think that any player wants to lose 145,000 1000 T8. So this was personal. So I think he knew that he would lose a lot. I knew that he would get some losses. I was honestly completely blown away by the losses that I inflicted. Also been rallied. I had a double rally on my castle, plus like 10 attacks, 10 solo attacks, and I dealt a total of, I think it was almost 400k losses killed. That was just insane. Just insane numbers. Basically, it's not possible. You don't do that unless you don't like your troops. But when you care for your troops, and you should care for your troops, when you care for your troops, you don't attack castles of people your size, or even slightly below your size. For example, someone 15 million, I could burn him. Yeah, I could burn him. But what's the point? I won't get any resources because an active guy will always take care of his resources, so there will be none to plunder. I will kill no one because he will have enough beds in his infirmaries to have only wounded troops, and I will have huge loads of kills on my side. So I'm not very interested in that. But yeah, so we'll just do something. We'll just okay. Let's go. I'm just hiding my name because I don't want to frighten him. I would like him to try to fight me.
I shall deliver the head of our enemies, my lord.
He is harassing people that are very nice, and you will understand why I put this name, is that the alliance is called Boob. Yeah, and so they are very good friends of us. They are very cool people. Did plunder the whole alliance during last kill event, and then became friends with them. So your first one is dead.
I shall deliver the head of our enemies, my lord.
I would love him to try to intercept me and try to fight, but so far doesn't seem it will happen. But at least I will remove his camp.
I shall deliver the head of our enemies,
And then,
my lord.
once we are done here, we'll go plunder a castle and use a technique that if you're free to play, you can use to avoid losing your higher tier troops. And so we'll show you, we'll find the castle to burn.
I shall deliver the head of our enemies, my lord.
So we'll have 5 reports
I shall deliver the head of your enemies,
for
my
life.
lord.
I love that. So let's finish this, then we will get back to the camp. Well, not right from the camp, but I need to find a castle to destroy, not too far away. Oh, there's one here. Mad Mac, okay. I'm sorry, Mad Mac, but I will need you. So, basically, we will bring those two guys here. We will tell those guys to come back home. And we'll be able to show you the technique that I personally used at the start of the game to be able to raid lots and lots and lots of castles. I basically burnt every castle I found on my way for like 2 hours. Okay, so our troops are now ready. So basically, for this strategy, you need your main troop with your best troops, your best heroes. Those are the ones which will deal all damage. Then you need lower tier troops. So this force is almost T45 only. Then you need, obviously, a siege train and some healers. If you have only 3 marches, then get rid of the healers. You will need the rest, but the healers can go home. But when you have 4 marches, let's get the healers. So, our target is here. And first of all, we see that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't know that having a tower in the middle doesn't help at all. So, what I want to start with is to get to... let's consider that this guy could have a tower in his castle. So, we would set up all troops just in front of the gate at a respectable distance from the gate, so that we would be outside of the range of the towers if they were located just behind the gate, which is not the case right now. We won't risk any kind of fire. Then I can start shooting the gates. I will set up my priests.
Η αιωνιότητα ήταν στα χείλη και στα μάτια μας.
And I will wait a little bit. When you're completely free to play and really can't afford much losses, you can really wait quite some time before the walls are down to like 10%. I won't be waiting that long. Then, what I will do is I will advance a little bit my tier 4 troops. And then I will consider that we are okay, and I will order the attack.
Трепещите, ибо я
And so,
грозен в гневе.
my tier 4 troops arriving first would be targeted by everything, especially the towers. So they would take losses. They would take big losses, big time. But you don't really care because T4s, they rebuild very fast. So even though they would take indeed some losses, in the end, it's not too bad, and at least you wouldn't get too much losses
Η αιωνιότητα ήταν στα
Trepidite,
χείλη και στα
ибо я
μάτια μας.
грозен в
for
гневе.
the main troops, the T7. And so we took a prisoner, we took some iron. And so this troop, so we had quite some dead troops. But this number, and that was quite a garrison, 170k, that was quite a garrison. But bad troops. Let's say it straight, it was bad troops. And yeah, the number of killed troops is pretty high, but basically in one day you will rebuild everything without using any speed up. So you just lost one day of production against a castle that was pretty well loaded with troops. And your second troop, the main force, they didn't lose too much in the end. So it's completely worth it. And so yeah, that's a good way to do things when you don't want to be losing your higher tier troops as free to play. As I said, I used to do it a lot at the start of the server. It really helped me, but now I just attack fully with all my troops. I will have 1 siege and 3 cavalry. I do not even use my healers. If at some point I need some healers, I will just get my troops back to tent and refresh them. So it won't take. I will be able to basically deal more damage every second, and I should be getting a little bit less punishment as well this way. And okay, we just got that. Now we can get back here. And so let's train a few peeps, because why not? So we'll remove them. And I already told you about my technique to do my training and with the upgrades, etc. So here we have, by training T7, I would be using 6 days and 18 hours speed ups. And by doing my T4 and promoting. That's something like 1/3 less. I just gained 2 days and a half. So which means that basically if I do it twice, I have one for free. So yeah, that's a big change. And it really helps when you want to push troops, because you won't be using too much speed up. I barely use my speed up to do these 10,000 troops. So what we'll do right now is just getting some promotion done, and that's it. And then I will be back to normal training. Okay, and now I'm back to normal training, because for me the event it's okay. For me it's over. I got all the points, so that's fantastic. I don't care about the rank. I just needed to push a little bit my troops. And now I have a little bit more than 800,000 Cossacks. And I have what it needs already to train 50k more. Nope. Nope. Well, why not? After all. Being pillaged by boobies for life must be irritating. But yeah, so basically during kill events, yeah, you may end up getting raided, but you wouldn't care if you protected your resource well, if you protected your troops well. You wouldn't care. It's not a big deal. You are not losing anything. The enemy, the attacker, is losing things. So basically, just let them attack. You will also get points for yourself for free. So that's pretty okay. Also, I thought about it for a long time, but we are often discussing the matter of what would happen to some alliances if we attack them too much. Would they stop playing this kind of stuff? And in the end, I came to the conclusion, and I will be brutally honest, that an alliance, as the people, shouldn't be caring too much of being attacked. If it just castle attacks, when you're all set up, you don't care. I honestly wouldn't care. I would have, for example, if one of the big hitters from the kingdom decided to attack me, I would have lots of healing to do, but I would kill lots of big troops, so no problem. And so if some alliances would be bothered too much to consider stopping playing, it really means that they are not doing what they need to do to protect themselves, their resources, their troops, and so that they are really losing stuff, basically. And if after some time, after several raids, they are still not learning anything, to be honest, they can stop the game. I won't be bothered too much because those guys, they are not learning, they are not making any progress, and not giving help to the kingdom. The only thing that you could say is, yeah, but if they stop, then we can't get resources anymore. Well, at some point you wouldn't get anyway. So that doesn't change a lot, because most of the guys who have lots of resources, it's from all the starting events. You get lots of resources, lots of packs, and then you just open them at once, and you have lots of resources, and people can plunder you. But at some point you are out, and you are not being active enough to get resources again anywhere. So you will not be interesting at all for raiders. You won't have anything else to get. So yeah, basically very small alliances, from my experience, most of them, they don't care about progress. They don't care about being bigger. They don't care about merging together. They don't care. They just don't care. They want to do their own stuff where they are. Lots of them, they don't even know what they are doing, because they are, for example, half of the alliance who already quit the game, and they have zero prosperity, meaning that they obviously quit the game and forever. So, when you see that, and those alliances, they are filled with small guys who don't want to join bigger alliances, because the bigger alliances are advertising really enough to get new people. So, I mean, on a kingdom point of view, it's not a big deal. They can stop. The kingdom will not suffer from that. I've been checking on the last KVKs that I've played, and those kind of alliances, they did less points than me not trying to make points. And I mean the whole alliance. So, all in all, it's not huge loss. It's not a big deal if they quit. It's more for them, in the end, it's for them, because, they will stop a game that could have been fantastic for them, but did they really care about how to play the game really? It seems not. And it seems that they didn't even understand what kind of game it is, because it's still a strategy game with some burning inside. So yeah, that's maybe hard to listen for some, but that's what I think. In the end, the alliance that are fighting really hard during KVK, there are not many. There are not many. And especially not the small ones. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell for today. So I'll check the new rules for the event, because the Supremacy event has changed. So today is training and kill the enemy. Tomorrow will be about mount, increase and defeat barbarians. Then we'll have tactics increase and resource collection, and then the famous rush stage. So tomorrow I will be hunting barbarians, of course, and then on Friday I will be doing some resource collection that I won't be showing you in video, because looking at villagers harvesting resources is quite boring. So I will not inflict that to you. And if you have any question in the meantime, you can leave a comment below, and I will try to answer either in a comment, or I will just make a video about it. Goodbye all, and see you in game.